On days like this, you gotta wonder and ask yourself, do the ends justify the means? Hey guys, it's Rudy here. And I just had a heartbreak episode yesterday, and yet I'm having another one today. Is your leaving her calling card again? Because she is a bit of a heartbreaker. But with that out of the way, let's see what my lovely wife who has brought us today. On the 8th day of the 12 days of anime, my true love, your, gave to me the double-edged sword of stubbornness from the anime Shuffle. Shuffle in of itself is a visual novel game adapted into anime. Almost, it's kind of like in the sense of Fate in a way. But that's beside the point. It's a world where angels and demons live amongst the humans. And this particular moment involves two characters. Our main heroine, not heroine, excusez-moi, hero or protagonist, Rin, and his love interest, Asa. And just for anyone wanting to continue, to just know this is a bit spoilish. So there will be a bit of spoilers. That's your warning. But let me give you some context why this moment is so impactful. Just for a little bit. Just a little bit. Asa did not have the greatest. Asa nor Rin had the greatest childhood growing up. One because of a certain crazy childhood friend. Another because she was sickly. And the other was because she was a sickly child. You'll figure out why she was later. But Rin decides to date Asa. And having pretty much settled things with his childhood friend. And by the way, I think Rin and Asa would have been great childhood friends. But after helping him move some stuff into his new apartment, after moving out of his old childhood friend's place, they were going to get a little intimate, basically just because they're dating now, and they were trying to get just a little lovey-dovey. She promptly fainted and was hospitalized, and that worried Rin. But it did. But luckily, when Asa's mother showed up to the hospital, it did her heart good to show that she had so many people to care for her, as well as Rin and a great boyfriend to care for her. That worries actually he does. The doctor seems like a mysterious illness to the doctors, but her mother knows exactly the reason why. This is it. This is the case. For you see, when Asa, as again I said, when she was a child, she was sickly, but she got, and now granted, children don't understand a lot of things. She was pissed and mad at her mother, wondering why couldn't she play and whatnot, and just yelled at her, And her mother promptly told her daughter about her past, and told Asa, but basically her mother was a failed experiment casted aside to the human world, but that was found by her father, and thus Asa was born. And unbeknownst to her, well, she had a feeling this might happen, and so basically told Asa that you are the only human that has magic powers. And that just pretty much blew her mind, to the point where it actually made her guilty, so much so that it made her stubborn, and she basically promised herself that she would never let her mother cry like that again, or be sad like that. But that's the thing. That's a double-edged sword in itself, right there. So later on, her mother asked Rin to kind of convince her or try and find a way to help her use magic, and he agreed to help to try. Now, I believe had she also reconciled with her mother earlier, or sooner in the anime, this scene might never happen, or she might have been, Asa might have been more willing to listen to Rin to try and help her and try to get the help she needs to try and release this magic, you know. But so, and unbeknownst to Asa, he asks one of the nurses, "Hey, can I see? Do you have a utility knife?" And I don't know what this nurse was thinking, but she just gave it to him. So he goes up and he finds her. You know, after she escaped the bed, she's I think like on like a nearby, want to say roof or something like that. I don't know. Or she's out in like the parking lot, or with a fenced-in parking lot. Anyways, he's talking to her and tries diplomacy first. Excuse me. And and he's getting nowhere. She is so stubborn, you know. And but what she doesn't understand is if she doesn't use magic, the magic powers that's been bottled up inside her for years without a single release at all, the powers inside her will kill her. Yeah, her body and everything that is Asa will fail and obviously and pretty much be dead. And and Rin does the damnedest to try to convince her, but he's at wit's end. And here's where the scene that really bugs me, well, rather I didn't expect to happen, but it really just freaks me out to this day, but also is heartbreaking. Because of her stubbornness and unwillingness to do that, it, like I said, it's double-edged sword. Because you're being stubborn, you're not only slowly poisoning yourself, you're also hurting people around you with it. And this is why. Because she didn't know that he had the knife on him, before he performed this act, what he was about to do, he told her how he felt, and I do believe Rin truly loved Asa with all of his heart, and he wouldn't do this if he thought it would help her, you know. So what do you do? He promptly opens the knife, pushes him, and slashes his wrist to the point, and it freaks Asa out, and she's literally trying to stop the bleeding, you know, just by putting pressure on it, and he's literally dying there in her arms. And she finally made the decision to use her powers to save him, you know, stop the bleeding and heal him, you know, and she was able to do that, you know, which then made her basically not be sick anymore. Now, this was a really impactful moment, but at the same time, I'm kind of wondering, do the ends justify the means? Because, on the one hand, I think suicide is a selfish act that hurts not just you, but everybody around you. Our actions have consequences, and we have to live with that. But on the flip side of that, someone who I think lays down their life to protect those that love them, or to lay down their life for a friend, there's no greater love than that. I can't make any judgments on this, but I guess, oh, man, for those who burdened with guilt and unforgiveness, if you can't reconcile with them in person, forgive them in your heart, because forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. It's to help you heal, but also move on with your life. It releases you from the burden and the power that those have hold over you. And I guess, like I said, I guess it could have been avoided, but You never know what people are gonna do and how far they're gonna take it. You know, this is just one example. And for those burdened with something, find someone to talk to. Get some help. Find a great therapist if you have to, because talk sometimes seeking counseling isn't a bad thing. It's not a weakness. It's showing that you want to help. You want to better yourself. And to be honest, mental health is very important. I take mental health seriously, but I think I went on long enough. I guess I just want everyone out here listening to be safe out there this holiday. And spread the love, please. Don't hold any bitterness against anyone, because that'll only poison yourself. It's worse than cancer, actually. Unforgiveness is definitely worse than cancer. I think I've talked enough, though. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on the day of the 12 days of anime. Tune in tomorrow to see what my lovely wife has brought us. While you're at it, share this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Moody Verdon. You stay salty out there and spread the love.